Hey everybody, it's me, Wally, for Exit Realty Front and Center. How are you? It's called Live at Lunch. Yes, I know we're doing it on whatever day today is. Today is Thursday, now Wednesday. It's okay. We'll adapt. We can do that. And that's one of the key things in real estate, by the way, just so you know, is, and I'm trying to get this video to go where I want it to go. There we go. It's one of the cool things about being in real estate. Sometimes you need to learn how to adapt. You need to be able to change tactics. You need to be able to move from one thing to the next. Whatever is on fire is the next thing that you have to deal with. So sometimes we have to do that. I've got my assistant Bree is in here taking notes. She is a fine intern, by the way, from Potsdam, New York, who is working remotely. And aren't we all these days? So anyway, it's called Live at Lunch. I am Wesley VanVoorhis, and I am an associate real estate broker for Exit Realty Front and Center. We're over here on Front Street in Binghamton, 1163 Front Street in Binghamton. You'll see the paraphernalia behind me. So if you need to write my number down, and I hope that you will, you can certainly reach me by several means, such as texting me. You can text Key Agent to 85377. You can find me at my website at wallygetitdone.com. You could give me a call the old-fashioned way at 725-1446. You can text me. You can find me on Facebook. Come on. You know how to get a hold of me. I'm right here. Sorry about slamming. I was told today, don't slam on the desk. So listen, here's what we're going to be talking about today. And if you have a comment, write them down in the comment section. I'd be happy to answer the questions. And if I don't know the answer, I'll just make it up. Why not? It'll be entertaining anyway. So, no, I'll give you the right answer. And if I don't have it, I'll find it. I'll get back to you. But so we're doing this on Thursday. I'm looking for a different day to do this on as opposed to just doing it on Wednesdays. And Wednesdays seem to be kind of a problem in the real estate world for me. I don't know why. So we're doing it today. So, hey, let's adapt to it. So we may be doing some new stuff come the first of the year or even before that. We'll tell you more about it come up. It'll be great. It'll be entertaining. Trust me, you'll love it. So, anyway, here's what we're going to be talking about today. We're going to talk about the current market and what's been going on in the last week, just so you know. We're going to touch on that real quickly, but here's some of the things we're going to be talking about. We know that the pandemic's getting worse. That's what the media is telling us. Whether you believe it or not, I'm not here to debate that. What I'm here to say is that if that is the case, and I think it is, then we need to be ready for it. So how are we going to be ready for it? Because the real estate market doesn't stop. People still need to buy houses. People still need to sell houses. Everybody's on their timeline. If you're planning on moving to Florida or Arizona or wherever you want to go in the springtime, we still need to make plans for it. And let's make a contingency plan for if this happens, then we need to do this. And if this other thing happens, then we pivot to do this. Okay, let's make a plan for that. That's what we do. So we're going to be talking about that. Sellers, what do we need to do to get your house sold in the new year? What do we need to do now? Can we sell your house in the wintertime? Okay, can we? Can we successfully do that? We'll talk about it. That's on the way. Also, buyers, what do we need to do to be successful in getting our new house come this new year? Is the market tight? We'll talk about it because it has been. We'll tell you what the current conditions are, and do we expect it to change in the coming year? We'll talk more about that in just a little bit. All right. So that's all on the way. So here's where we're going to start out with. What's been happening in the current market in the greater Binghamton marketplace over the last week? So last 7 days, we'll talk a little bit more about this. So how many houses are on the market right now? 517 houses are on the market. If you've been paying attention to this Facebook Live show, then you know that that's not a lot, right? So 517 houses is not a lot. We have 36 new listings this week. It's about what it has been. Every week's been coming out about 36 or so listings. So we're a little bit down on the houses this week. I think last week was 550 or something like that. We've had 59 closings. So we've had 59 houses that have sold this week. 59 that have actually sold. We've got 72 more that's under contract. So we've got slightly more that are being sold than are coming on the market. So what that tells us is that the number of houses are going down each week. The inventory is going down. And what does that mean for you if you're a seller? That means probably you might be able to get a little bit more money for your house. We are in that silly season where we've got Thanksgiving coming up next week. Are a lot of people going to be out shopping during the Thanksgiving holiday? Yeah, maybe not. Deer season starts on Saturday. Maybe they'll be shopping for houses then. Maybe the guys will be out. I shouldn't be so sexist. Maybe the women, too, will be out hunting deer. And maybe somebody else will be looking for the house. But chances are probably not. So we're kind of going into that traditionally slow season here in the southern tier real estate market. So let's start out by talking. We'll get to the buyers and sellers and see what they're going to be happening with over the next new year and what you can expect. Because I just brought up the hunting thing. So let's talk about land for just a second. And let's get into that. A lot of people ask me all the time. They say, hey, how much is land going for? Okay, well, it depends on where it is. Depends on what you're looking for. It's not just as simple as I want to buy 5 acres or 20 or 100 acres. Depends on what you're looking for. It used to be, okay, here's the set price for it. But, a couple of acres of land on the Vestal Parkway is going to cost you a heck of a lot more money than a couple of acres of land possibly in Newark Valley, out in the middle of nowhere on Wilson Hill Road. Why? Because one's a commercial area and one is really agricultural or rural. So with hunting season, let's just talk about this. With hunting season starting this coming weekend, I know a lot of people every year they say, hey, I want to buy myself my own plot of land where I can go and I can go hunting. So I'm getting tired of going to, my in-laws. I'm getting tired of going to the state land. I want my own. So what's it going for? Again, it depends on where it is. There's 2 different ways that you can buy land. There's actually more than that, but 2 main ways that you can buy land. With the mineral rights or without the mineral rights. So what does that mean? So if you buy your land with the mineral rights, that means you've got everything. You've got the timber rights, the mineral rights, you've got everything. You own everything. No one else can claim any part of your property for any reason whatsoever. So what's the going rate for that? Again, depends on where it is, but let's just say we're talking about rural, out in the country kind of thing. Probably, let's say this. It's a good bet to say, hey, probably $1,500 to $1,800 an acre around here. So we're looking at places like in Colesville. We're looking maybe in Triangle and Lisle and some places like that. Maybe out in the southern portion of Conklin, maybe. That may be a little bit more money there. So what we're looking for is maybe up into Shenango County, in the Green area, out in Oxford, that kind of thing. Because people are looking for hunting land. If the land you're looking for is next to a state forest, it may go a little bit more money because people like to, from down south and whatever, they may actually want to have a hunting camp that they want to put there because it's right next to, you might buy 10 acres of land and then all of a sudden you've got 1,500 acres of land that you can go hunting on that's on the state land. So that may be what you're looking for. So that's with the mineral rights. That's it. $1,500 an acre, $1,800 to $1,800 an acre, somewhere's in there. And the price will fluctuate. It is. Because people can ask any price they want for anything at all at any given time. So, what do most hunters say they want? What do most recreate? And I'm not just talking about people that want to go out and hunt Bambi. I'm talking about people that may say, hey, we want to just have it to go out and maybe do some weekend ATVing. We like to do some mudding. We want to get our buggies out there and get them all muddy and run them through whatever. Well, at that point, you can buy property without the mineral rights. So somebody else actually owns the property and you say, I want to buy it, I'll give you the mineral rights. Or sometimes they'll sell it to you, say, we're going to sell you the property, but we think fracking is going to come back at some point. So we want to keep that money. We want to keep those rights. So at that point, some of that property is going for $700 to $800 an acre. So if you're not planning on building your house, and you can still do that, by the way, but a lot of times people are saying, well, look, I'm not planning on building a house there. I'm not planning on living there. I just wanted to go out there and I want to have fun. I want to recreate, and I don't want to spend a lot of money. Then that may be it for you. So $700 to $800 an acre, maybe a little less, maybe a little bit more, just for land without the mineral rights on it, maybe without the timber rights, okay? That may be it for you. If you want all the rights, $1,500 to $1,800 an acre, give or take. You might be able to get it for $1,000 to $1,200 an acre. It may go for $2,000 an acre, depending on where it is. If it's got a great view of the lake, like Whitney Point Lake, it may go for more money, just so you know. So there's kind of a sliding scale there. But we're all talking about this because people ask, what is the value of land? Hunting season's coming up. Maybe I can't buy it now, but what about always comes up every year. Well, I didn't mean to make the crazy sound, sign. But people always this time of year, they don't plan ahead. They go, oh my gosh, I would like to have my own place to go hunting on. So that's kind of the ins and the outs of it. If you want to know more about it, you can give me a quick text or call me at 725-1446. So what else? All right, let's move on a little bit. So sellers and buyers, what do we do for the next year? If you've got your house for sale now, we're coming up on the holidays, and people are probably not going to be kicking down your door to come looking at houses. They will a little bit here and there, but we're going to get towards next week where Thanksgiving happens. And then from that through probably Christmas, it's going to slow down probably quite a bit. It's already slowed down a little bit now. So my thought for you is this. If you plan on and still want to get your house sold, and you say, look, no one's going to buy a house now anyway, so let's take it off the market, you can certainly do so. However, there are people that are moving into new jobs and new positions at the first of the year. There are people that are taking managerial positions. They may be starting someplace on the Huron campus. They may be going at Raymond Corporation or whatever, one of these big corporations. And a lot of times, the executives who are starting a new job will start at the beginning of the year. So if your house is not on the market, then they're not ever going to see it. And they're looking now, and they're getting transferred from Missouri or from California or wherever. They're looking online to see what houses are available. And if your house is not listed for sale, then they're never going to see it. Makes sense to you? It does to me. So I would keep my house on the market, understanding, by the way, that you're going to have less people come through this time of year. And that's okay because you've got Christmas up and all that kind of thing. But the ones that do come through, and this carries on into the winter months too, into January, February, and March. The people that are coming out looking at houses, they're the ones that are more motivated. They're not just tire kickers. They're people that are willing to go out in 15 below weather to go look at houses because they are in need of buying housing now. So I would suggest you not take your house off the market. So let's move forward to 2021. Everybody in the news says this, that we are going to probably see this pandemic continue on. The vaccine's not going to be ready for general use until March or April or May or whatever. And heaven knows when the rest of us are going to be able to get it, and what regulations are going to be in place. So I think that people, in my opinion, I think people are still going to be kind of taking it easy, and people are going to be worried about going out and getting sick. So if that's the case, and it's always planned it's always better to plan for the worst case scenario. If that's the case, then I think we're probably better off planning for the worst and hoping that it gets better. So here's where I'm going to think it's highly critical for people who are selling their home to heed this advice. Find a realtor that knows how to do video. Why? Because the number one thing on the internet is video. People that are able, realtors that are able to go on out and do a video of the home, people that are actually able to do a video of the home are going to have more shows and more viewings of your house than houses that are just on the internet with the photographs. Now, the photographs are going to be great. So find somebody that can do great photographs. And sometimes I actually hire it out to a professional, just so you know. But find that realtor that can actually do a video of the home. And not just the home. Make it entertaining. Make it so that people want to see it. Not only see it, make it so that people want to see the home on that video, and then they want to share it so that somebody else will see it. It's not enough these days just to put your house with your realtor in the multiple listing service. It's great that you do that. That's certainly the best way to start out. But if you can get a realtor that knows how to do video and can do it in such a way that people are willing to share it to somebody else's social media, guess how many more views you're going to get? A lot. So that's where we are at, because a lot of people are shopping online. I thought this morning. Someone sent me this app, or sent me this idea that says, do you know you can get an app and have Aldi's deliver your food right to your office, Wally? Aldi's is down the street. Now, I can go there and shop, and I do, but I thought, wow, I didn't even know that was even a possibility. And how did I not know that? I go there and I see the Instacart shop or the curbside, whatever. I don't pay too much attention to it. I am now. You know why? Because it's all about saving time and being able to be on the forefront of being able to be where people want you to be. And that's right here on the other end of your phone. So if you've got somebody that knows how to do video, I'm telling you what, you're going to be 100% better than maybe doing it with somebody who really does it the old-fashioned way. And everything that we do nowadays, or anything that we try to do, can be done electronically. So you know what? If you don't want to see me, you don't have to see me. I can send you everything, and I'm not just the only one. Everything can be done electronically. Let's push it back and forth. So we tend to spend less time face-to-face talking with each other, and maybe spreading less germs back and forth, and keeping everybody nice and safe, and still doing our job and doing it better probably, and being able to help you get your house sold and get someone to buy the house. And we're still moving on. Why? Because we can't stand still. You want to move. You want to go to Florida or Arizona. Somebody else wants to buy your house. What's the best way to get this done? Here we go. People that know how to use technology will get it done. Why? Because technology is winning the race right now. And do you need to know how to do this stuff? Do you need to know how to do the video or any of that stuff? You don't. You just got to find somebody, a professional, that knows how to do it. Okay? We could talk more about it. Text Key Agent at 85377. It's got my contact information. We could talk a little bit more about that there. Okay? So, sellers, let's plan on getting your house successfully sold in 2021 at the beginning part of the year. That way you're out, you're spending someplace else, summer someplace else. Okay, we can get it done. So let's move on to buyers. So buyers, we're going into the new year. We're going to start out, and here we go, right? We say every year, New Year's Eve, well, we're going to do these things. We're going to stop drinking. We're going to stop smoking. We're going to get ourselves in shape. We're going to diet. We're going to lose weight. We're going to buy ourselves a new house, right? In the new year, we're going to find a new house, and we're going to make it happen. We're going to stop renting. We're going to stop living at mom and dad's house. We want to find our own slice of heaven. I don't think I like the way this video's turned out. It's too much in my head. So, what are you going to do? So, let's figure out how to make this work for you. Right now, we've got 517 houses on the market right now. Are we going to have more or less in the next month? My advice is going to be this. We're going to have less houses on the market next month. So what do? Well, let's get together and figure it out. We need to start planning now. First of all, if you're a buyer, we need to get pre-qualified. How do we do that? I can help you do that. Simply go to your local lender. You can call up Rocket Mortgage. You can do any of those things and be able to get yourself pre-qualified. The pre-qual letter probably lasts you for a couple of months. So what do? We get pre-qualified. Why do we do that first? First of all, we want to make sure that we're qualified to be able to buy a house. Secondly, we want to make sure that we know how much house we can shop for, right? Because if you say, hey, I've got plenty of good credit, I just bought a car, I can go on out and buy whatever house I want, and you start just shooting into the wind. Okay, you're looking at $79,000 houses, and you're looking at $150,000 houses. Well, we could probably do a $200,000 house. You don't really know. Why? Because the bank knows. They'll take a look at your credit. They'll say, hey, this is how much house you can afford between here and here with this much down payment based on what you want to pay per month and the taxes involved. You got to include that. Do you know how to do that? You may not. If you look on Zillow and you go, hey, look at this house. It says we only have to spend $800 a month to be able to get to make this work. If you're looking at that, it's probably not including the taxes. If it's a $4,000 tax bill, you're going to have to add $400 a month, or a little less than that, but with insurance, $400 extra a month. Can you afford that? Can you afford $1,200 a month? Maybe, maybe not. But you know what? If we go to the bank, if we go to the lender, we can ask them and say, hey, I want to get pre-qualified. So tell me what I can get. Now we have a roadmap to zero in on exactly where we need to be, and we don't waste any time. So when that right house comes up, bang, we're on it. We're on it like Bluebonnet. And we are going to be able to buy that house, hopefully, for the right price and get going. So if we do go shopping tomorrow for a new house, and you say, yeah, Wally, I want to put an offer in on this house, if you're not pre-qualified, we need to get that pre-qualification letter first. So that's the first place we start. So we go, hey, let's get pre-qualified, find out where we can shop for a house. That way we know how much house we can buy. All right, you got it so far? Second thing we do is we get set up on some sort of an email list or some search engine to be able to kick you out the houses as soon as they come on the market. Why is that important? Because if you just leave it up to your realtor, whether it's me or anybody else, we may be able to find that house for you, but who's more motivated to find you your perfect house? Probably you. Not saying that we're not, but you're more motivated. Why? Because you got more skin in the game on this. So if we get you involved with the search, then you can help us be able to find the perfect house. Because we're just kind of guessing. You give us this whole thing where you say, I want 3 bedrooms, I want 1.5 to 2 baths on 5 acres, I want to be in the middle of nowhere, I want blah, 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 I want to be able to raise chickens and goats and whatever. We can only surmise what our perfect house is. You've already envisioned what your perfect house is, right? So if you've already envisioned what your perfect house is and things start getting kicked out to you on these searches every morning, when something new comes up, you're going to see it and you're going to go, this is the one. Honey, come here, look at this. No, put the cat down. Come and look at this. Come and look at this house. Because this is the one. I told you, put the cat down. Come and look at this. So, right? So we'll get you set up on the search. That way, myself and you and your cat loving honey can help us get that house for you. And then we can book a tour to go through the house, take a look at it, and maybe buy that house. So that's the second thing. The third thing is, as soon as you find that house, even maybe before you call and tell me, I want to go see this house, Wally, drive by it. Why? Because you want to. Don't you want to see what it looks like? Other than, I want to go inside. I want to just go inside. Okay. Let's not waste everybody's time. Let's just waste your time, not mine. Just kidding. Let's see what the house looks like, because I want you to drive by it. Does it have the right curb appeal? The photographs can make it look great if you got a great photographer, but maybe you drive by it and go, whoa, wait a minute. I don't know. What's this car up on blocks next to it? Is that on that lot? And what's that burnout house across the street? Now, that may deter you from wanting to buy the house. You may say, hey, we can use this to get the house reduced a little bit more money. Get it better, more in our price range than theirs. However, you may just not be in the right neighborhood. Because if you just single on that one house in the picture, you go, that looks great, then you drive by the neighborhood, you may not like the neighborhood. It's up to you whether we go see the house or not. So drive by it first. So get pre-qualified, right? Give me a call. We'll get you, or your realtor, a call, and we'll get you in on a search to be able to find your perfect house. You go drive by the house, see if you really want to see it, and then give us a call and say, hey, I want to go see this house. And I'd like to see this one and this one and this one. And can we do it on Saturday? If we can't do it on Saturday, can we do it on Sunday or Monday? So give a couple of ideas. A lot of times what people will do too is they'll say, hey, I need to see this house tomorrow. If you've got a successful realtor, they may just be booked up tomorrow. Doesn't mean you shouldn't try, but don't be upset if you can't see it tomorrow. Think ahead a little bit. Let's say if we can't do it tomorrow, can we do it the next day at 5? Let's give an alternate, okay, so we can make this happen. But buyers, here's the deal. I think that I think the interest rates are going to stay the same. I did ask somebody about the interest rate, so I'm going to check it out what the current interest rate is right now. And the verdict is 2.5% right now on an FHA mortgage and 2.75 on conventional, and they're both 30-year mortgages. So you know what that tells me, both buyers and sellers? It's a great time to both be a buyer and be a seller, because there's going to be a lot of action out there, even in a short market out here. So you got some time to get yourself pre-qualified. You got yourself some time a little bit to I just called the lender by accident. Sorry. So you got a little bit of time to think about this. Let it all rattle around in your brain box. If you want to talk more about it, give me a call, 725-1446. I'd be happy to talk to you about it. We'll see you guys next week. By the way, I will not be doing this next Thursday. You know why? Because it's Gobble Gobble Day. So I might be doing it on Wednesday. I don't know. But if you have any ideas about maybe different things you want to see us do with the show, any ideas, any questions you want to ask, hit me up. Write a comment down below, which I haven't seen any here. So either there's something wrong with Facebook or all my friends list has decided to say goodbye. We don't need you anymore, Wally. I don't think that's the case. But anyway, we will talk to you probably next week. Okay, it's called Ask the Realtor Live at Lunch. I am Wesley VanVoorhis. You call me Wally. I am a licensed associate real estate broker for Exit Realty Front and Center. We're at 1163 Front Street in Binghamton. Our phone number here is, well, my phone number is 725-1446. I can never remember what the phone number is here. It's 724-EXIT, just so you know. I'll see you guys next week. All right, have a great weekend.